All right, guys, we're gonna get into something that's near and dear to my heart, the Halo franchise. This is a franchise that got me into, Xbox. I was primarily like a PlayStation player up to the PlayStation 2, and when I got to play we were on a road trip, a basketball road trip. We were going on a tournament, and we brought we were playing in the car. We had a little TV that we could set up. It was kind of small, but we used set up for a split screen, 4 players, and a Slayer team. Oh, not Team Slayer, but like free for all Slayer. And we would just play the whole trip. And then that was the first time I had ever got introduced to Halo. Right, that was Halo 2. I didn't know about Halo 1. It was Halo 2, and after I played the campaign, I wanted to dive into Halo lore and all that. And it's probably one of my favorite franchises of all time. 1, 2, and 3, mind you. 4, 5, and 6 had no direction. They required you to purchase and read and watch a whole bunch of other content to actually know what the fuck was going on in the campaign. Um, and when they kind of tried to go back to their grassroots with Infinite, nothing made sense. They jumped the story in game in from 5 to 6. Cortana is gone, defeated, whatever. Now you're facing this brute and I think this other alien species. I don't even remember the game, to be honest. It was kind of boring. It was like a big map, which would have been kind of cool if there was a lot more to do. Like, it was just they just lacked content. It was boring. Like, Black Ops 7 and Halo Infinite had the same thing in common. Like, it's a big map. Like, I know, like, Black Ops, they were trying to advertise their Warzone shit, but it was a big map where you just grappling and driving everywhere. In Black Ops case, you're air gliding, but it was just there was nothing to do. There was not a lot of content in it in the campaign. I mean, and then the multiplayer. I didn't care about the multiplayer after Halo Reach. Um, fuck, get this off my screen. Anyways, so uh, we get into this article by Screen Rant, um, published on November 5th. Halo's desperate remakes won't save the franchise. It needs a reboot. Now, I agree that Halo's remakes won't save the franchise. But I don't think it needs a reboot, especially not with Master Chief. I think Master Chief's I think with the remakes you introduce a new generation to Master Chief's campaign, and then you take it somewhere else. You do a different character. ODST was very popular, and I actually enjoyed that game too. And it had nothing to do with Master Chief. You were just an ODST soldier, right? And then in Halo Reach, for as all the flaws that the fans have about that game, you were playing as Six, a completely different character from Chief. Kinda, you were like a quiet, you know, deadly Spartan. It is similar to Master Chief. Don't talk much, but it was a different character, different story. It was actually I enjoyed it. I actually did enjoy it. Um, so I guess up till after those games, then the fourth one and the fifth one, I didn't really care for it after that. I actually just kind of I don't even remember what happens in Infinite. I kind of know what happens in 4 and 5. Um, but anyway, let's. I think my in my assessment, I think it just needs to die. At least just stop with the whole Master Chief stuff. He had his story. Spartans never die. Move on. Make another story. You have such an infinite universe and characters. All it takes is good writing. It just takes somebody to make a good story. now let's get into the article. Halo was once a legendary franchise that could practically carry a console generation on its own. It introduced spades of players, both military, sci-fi, first-person shooters, and revolutionized the genre. Its clever bend of engaging storytelling and open areas, Halo's lasting legacy, much like its counterpart Star Wars, that it sustains a public interest in it, despite a series of major mishaps, disappointing entries, and an undeniable lack of innovation. Um, Halo has remained somewhat stagnant for a long time now, with 343 handling of the franchise. So basically, it's been stagnant ever since Bungie sold it to 343 and 343 took over. Um, Halo Infinite disappointed fans with its lackluster campaign and cut content. Long before that, however, Halo 4 and 5 failed to live up to fans' lofty expectations after Bungie delivered what is potentially one of the greatest video game series of all time. Now, for an altogether ridiculous reason, Halo has hit rock bottom, and it's clear there's only one course of action that can save it. I think their mistake was continuing Master Chief's story. I think it just should have been, they wanted to do this whole like Forerunner saga, and maybe it could have been good if you had better writing. No, it could have been interesting. But I mean, there were so many mistakes. And there's so many mistakes that led up to all this, and also it just has to do with the whole pay-to-play seasons content that's lacking. Nobody likes that. And now they think that to save the franchise, they're just gonna reboot the first one again. Like I think for the third, fourth time. The announcement of the campaign Evolved likely excited a number of people, particularly those been locked exclusively to the PlayStation line of consoles for the last 2 decades. Perhaps it excites those who absolutely need to have a glossy, overpolished, overdone Unreal Engine 5 visuals in every game they play. However, for a lot of people, including the writer, myself, Campaign Evolved is a clear sign that the Halo franchise is all but dead at this point. I think there's a way to salvage this and kind of jumpstart your company again, but we're gonna get into the fact that I just don't think that they are capable of doing it by the decisions that they make. So, like for instance, Gears of War released Gears of War Reloaded and rebooted it and let everybody play it, right? But they didn't fix it. They didn't do anything to it. So it was a broken fucking mess. And it lost its followers. It kept its cult followers, of course, but it lost new followers because nobody wants to play that anymore. They want smoothness. They want the graphics were good, but the smoothness, it was clunky. It was playing the very first one with better graphics, essentially, and a tad bit better movement. So this one's gonna be the same. It's gonna have it's gonna have 3 brand new missions. Basically to go into a deeper insight to Master Chief's and Johnson's relationship. But did we need that? Do we need that? I mean, I think Master Chief's relationship with Johnson was done pretty well during the whole through the whole campaign. They both had a high respect for one another, and he went out like a boss in the end. Like that scene is iconic. Chief, send me out with a bang. Like that, I'd still remember that till this day. So it says Halo has a bit of an identity crisis ever since the 4th main line entry. The campaign Evolved is further evidence of that. It's a strange regression during a time when what the series needs is more than ever is innovation. Infinite felt like an attempt to recapture the style and tone of the original games, but it ultimately failed. Campaign Evolved feels similarly desperate, yet unlike Infinite, completely unnecessary. But see, there still is a way that you can turn a Campaign Evolved around. You you getting a lot of younger fans that haven't played the game um to introduce Halo again. The 1, 2, 3. It's a great campaign, so redoing it again, getting new fans to come play it, and then doing new shit. But I don't know. I don't really think it's gonna work out in their favor the way they think it is because of what we're gonna get into another article where they just completely dropped the ball. Um, while Campaign Evolved Anniversary certainly has its flaws and it doesn't address every issue in its original experience, it did a decent enough job of bringing a great game into the modern era. I think that was Combat Evolved was the remake before this one. We also don't need to see another. Yeah, they did remake the second one too. So I mean, technically, they don't really need to do these remakes, but I mean, they're gonna truck forward with it. But I do think Halo 3 could use a remake. I think that would be kind of cool. Update Halo 3's graphics, and then just put it on what do they call it? Like a bundle. Again, like they did with the other one. But anyway, I just yeah. See, I agree with this. Halo needs to be rebooted, new characters, new stories, new everything, pretty much. Um, but so and then so here's the problem with them remaking the Halos. In this article, Times of Games, October 31st, so about like 2 months ago, a month, yeah, no, about a month ago. Halo remakes lack of PvP multiplayer could be disappointing for fans. So essentially, they're gonna remake the games, and they're gonna include none of the multiplayer modes now. Now you're gonna ask you, well, why would they do that? Why would they strip the games of their content? Because they want you to buy the Halo 7 and play their multiplayer instead. It is a tactic. Um, it says Halo 7 to feature multiplayer instead. Why would they do that? Well, because they have no confidence in their multiplayer. I mean, that's what that tells me. Like you are gonna strip an old game, so I might as well just never buy the remakes and go back to just the bundle that you had years ago because it's not gonna have the multiplayer. Why would I play that game without the multiplayer? Now, yeah, it's a strategy, but I feel like it's not gonna you're gonna piss off a lot of diehard fans. Oh, I want to play the multiplayer with upgraded graphics. No, fuck you. You don't get to. You have to play the Halo 7 multiplayer. That that upsets me. So what's gonna happen is you're gonna have people buy the campaign evolved uh, Halo, the Halo 2, the Halo 3. They're gonna play it a few times. They're gonna play the missions. They're gonna play some of the split screen stuff, and then once that's over, they're gonna uninstall the game and never fucking play it again. And then if your Halo 7 multiplayer is ass and you do the same thing that you did with Halo Infinite and you release no content and then you don't release any really like content for the game season 1, season 2 cuz we all know you're going to do that. You're not your game's going to go the way of Halo Infinite. So anyways, it kind of upsets me cuz I don't see any I don't I don't really don't see this getting better. Maybe I'm wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong. I'd like to play a good Halo game again. I'm streaming games now, so I'd love to play a new Halo game for like the new generation and it actually be a good game. But I'm gonna hold my breath because I'm I'm old in this game. You know, I'm used to being lied to by all these companies. So I mean, like Black Ops 7, they lie their ass off all the time. You know, it's just now like we there's no good company customer like relationship. We all know that they're gonna try to fuck us, but we're trying to like minimize how much we're getting fucked and try to optimize because we like games. Gamers like games, and we have to keep these companies accountable with our wallets because that's the only thing they listen to. They're not listening to our words; they're listening to our wallets. I think that's all I gotta say about this, guys. Um, I hope for the best for this Halo franchise because I like Halo and I would love to play an updated, better version of it that's enjoyable. But we'll see. So that's all I got today, guys. If you like the video, please like, comment, subscribe, and get some engagement going. I don't I'd like to know what you guys think, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.